Who is the first Irish name that comes to your mind when you hear the name WWE? Hornswoggle? Same here, but the guy was born in Wisconsin, United States. In April 2013, WWE recruited a young talent all the way from the small town of Limerick in Ireland. She was assigned the name of Becky Lynch. Welcome to the Rich Rabbit, and today we'll be talking about one of the biggest female names in the WWE, Becky Lynch. But in this video, we will be referring to her as Rebecca Quin, which is her real name. She was born in Limerick on January 30, 1987. She grew up in the Dublin suburb of Baldoyle. Her parents separated when she was only 1 year old. She started watching professional wrestling from a young age, with her brother Richie, who later wrestled under the ring name Gonzo de Mondo. She was involved in horse riding, swimming, and basketball. Quin attended University College Dublin to study philosophy, history, and politics, but said she really hated it and dropped out. She planned to return to college to study health and exercise studies. Prior to beginning to train as a wrestler, she stated that she had been going down a bad path involving alcohol, but wrestling helped her give it up. As a teenager, Quin heard that Virgil DeWitt and Paul Tracy were opening a wrestling school in Ireland. She began training there with her brother in June 2002, using the ring name Rebecca Knox. She teamed with her brother in mixed tag team matches during the early part of her career. She also trained at a British professional wrestling promotion, NWA UK Hammerlock. Knox joined the Canadian promotion Supergirls Wrestling, an all-female offshoot of Extreme Canadian Championship Wrestling, in May 2005. Following her arrival at an ECCW show in Surrey, British Columbia, Knox feuded with Mischievous and defeated her, but lost to her in Port Coquitlam a month later. In late 2005, Knox participated in All Pro Wrestling's third chick fight tournament in Hayward, California. She defeated Morgan in the first round but was eliminated by eventual winner Mariko Yoshida. Knox then went on an 18-person battle royale at an event in Tokyo, Japan. In June 2006, Knox defeated Sweet Saraya to win the vacated World Queens of Chaos Championship at an event in France. She held the championship for a few months before dropping it to Saraya. In September 2006, while wrestling in Germany, Knox sustained a head injury. It caused her extreme painful headaches, loud buzzing in her left ear and vision. She was also diagnosed with possible damage to her 8th cranial nerve. Following her injury, Quin took a 6-year hiatus, wrestling only on 3 occasions for Irish promotion Fight Factory Pro Wrestling. In April 2013, Quin signed a 2-year deal with World Wrestling Entertainment, or WWE, and moved to Florida to report to their developmental territory NXT. In August that year, her new ring name was revealed as Becky Lynch. Lynch made her televised in-ring debut on June 26, 2014 episode of NXT, defeating Summer Rae. Lynch made her official main roster debut on July 13 episode of Raw as a fan favorite, along with Charlotte and Sasha Banks after Stephanie McMahon called for a revolution in the WWE Divas division. In February 2016, Lynch began teaming with Banks against Naomi and Tamina. This feud continued until Lynch and Banks came victorious in a tag team match at Fastlane. The following night on Raw, a #1 contenders match for the Divas Championship between Lynch and Banks ended in a double pin. A rematch of the following SmackDown ended in a no contest, when Divas champion Charlotte attacked both contestants. As a result, Charlotte was scheduled to defend her title in a triple threat against both wrestlers at WrestleMania 32. At the event, Lynch failed to win the newly created WWE Women's Championship. At Money in the Bank in June, Lynch teamed up with Natalya to face Dana Brooke and Charlotte in a losing effort. After their match, Natalya turned on Lynch and attacked her. The two began feuding for a month until Lynch lost to Natalya at Battleground. After being the first woman drafted to the SmackDown brand during the 2016 WWE Draft, Lynch defeated Natalya in her first match as part of the brand. On September 11 at Backlash, Lynch won a six-pack elimination challenge, last eliminating Carmella, to become the inaugural SmackDown Women's Champion. Her first title defense against Alexa Bliss was scheduled for No Mercy. But due to Lynch suffering a legitimate injury, the match was postponed to November 8 episode of SmackDown, where Lynch retained. At the TLC, or Tables, Ladders and Chairs pay-per-view in December, Lynch lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Bliss in a tables match, ending her reign at 84 days. She received her championship rematch on January 17, 2017 episode of SmackDown in a steel cage match, but she lost after interference from a returning Mickie James. This led to a match between Lynch and James at Elimination Chamber in February, which Lynch won. Lynch participated in a six-pack challenge for the title at WrestleMania 33 in April, which was ultimately won by Naomi. Lynch competed at Money in the Bank as part of the first Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which was won by Carmella. Following the 2018 Money in the Bank event, Lynch began a winning streak, defeating different competitors including SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella in a non-title match. Lynch then went on to retain her title at both Super Showdown and Evolution. Lynch defended her title at TLC in December against both Charlotte Flair and Osaka in a Tables, Ladders and Chairs match. Osaka won the title after Ronda Rousey interfered and pushed both Lynch and Flair off a ladder, ending her second reign at 91 days. On January 27, 2019 at the Royal Rumble event, Lynch failed to regain the title from Osaka. Later that night, she participated in the Women's Royal Rumble match, replacing an injured Lana, who was the 28th entrant. Lynch would go on to win after eliminating Charlotte Flair. Flair then won the SmackDown Women's Championship from Osaka, making her next scheduled WrestleMania match against Ronda Rousey a winner-takes-all match. At the event, in what was the first time women main evented a WrestleMania, Lynch controversially pinned Rousey to win both titles. With the win, Lynch gave Rousey her first WWE singles and pinfall loss, and in doing so, she became a double champion, and the only woman to hold both titles simultaneously. With both titles, she was allowed to appear on both the Raw and SmackDown brands and got another nickname, Becky Two Belts. In May at Money in the Bank, Lynch retained the Raw Women's Championship over Evans, but lost the SmackDown Women's Championship to Charlotte Flair in the following match. On November 26, Lynch surpassed Rousey as the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion. On May 11, 2020, Lynch announced that she was relinquishing the Raw Women's Championship due to her real-life pregnancy. On August 21, 2021, following a 15-month hiatus, Lynch made her return at SummerSlam with a heel character. She defeated Bianca Belair in less than half a minute to win the SmackDown Women's Championship for the fourth time. On October 22 episode of SmackDown, Lynch and Raw Women's Champion Charlotte exchanged their titles. Thus, Lynch became the new Raw Women's Champion. Now moving on to some other interesting facts. Do you know Quin performed stunts for a 2013 episode of Vikings? She was also written off WWE television for a few months in late 2017 to film the Marine 6 Close Quarters. Talking about her personal life, Quin began dating fellow professional wrestler Colby Lopez, better known as Seth Rollins, in 2019. After months of speculation, their relationship was made public in April. The couple announced their engagement later that year. Their first child, a daughter called Rue, was born on December 4, 2020. Quin and Lopez got married in June 2021. According to Wealthy Genius, Becky Lynch's net worth is estimated at $7 million as of 2022. Lynch pockets a whopping $3 million annually, making her one of WWE's highest paid superstars and the highest paid female wrestler in the world. And with that, it's time for us to call it a day. But we sure hope that you liked our video and found it informative. And if you did, then well, you know the drill. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon. Your valuable suggestions are very important to us, so do post them in the comment section. And I'll see you in the next video.